Nearly 2 years after the first reporting on an elaborate sign-stealing operation tied to the University of Michigan, the NCAA's Committee on Infractions issued a sweeping set of sanctions Friday that punished the program financially and individually. But stopped short of a postseason ban, the panel said is required in this case. The committee found Michigan responsible for a Level 1 aggravated case and levied multiple penalties that together could approach or exceed $35 million. Highlights of the ruling: financial penalties including an amount equal to Michigan's expected loss of college football playoff revenue for 2025 and 2026, estimated at roughly $27 million, a $50,000 fine, and a charge equal to 10% of the football program budget, about $7.2 million. An additional fine equal to the cost of 10% of scholarships awarded to the football program for the 2025 to 26 year, more than $700,000. Personnel penalties: a 10-year show cause for former head coach Jim Harbaugh, an 8-year show cause for former staffer Connor Stalions, a 3-year show cause for former assistant Denard Robinson, and an additional game suspension for current head coach Sharon Moore, plus a 2-year show cause. Program controls and limitations: 4 years probation, a 25% reduction in official visits for 2025-26, and a 14-week prohibition on recruiting communications during the probation period. The committee explicitly said a postseason ban and scholarship reductions would be appropriate for a Level 1 aggravated case and noted Michigan's repeat violator status. But the panel declined to impose a postseason ban, explaining that the NCAA Constitution requires avoiding punishment of student-athletes who were not implicated. As a result, the committee converted the required postseason ban into equivalent financial penalties. The underlying case centers on Connor Stalions, whom the NCAA alleges organized an extensive in-person scouting operation from 2021 to 23. Investigators say Stalions purchased game tickets and recruited as many as 65 associates to record opponents' sideline signals, activity the NCAA deems impermissible under its cost containment rules. Michigan has consistently disputed the severity and relevance of the evidence, arguing the system did not materially alter competition and accusing the NCAA of overreach. The school also pushed back on assertions tied to a donor, sometimes referenced in reporting. The donor has denied involvement. Michigan had previously faced penalties over unrelated COVID-era recruiting violations. That finding left the program categorized as a repeat violator and factored into the committee's decision. The Big Ten had already suspended Harbaugh during the 2023 season, and Michigan announced earlier this year that Moore would miss 2 games. The NCAA's ruling adds 1 more game suspension for Moore to be served in the 2026 season. Michigan announced it will appeal. In a statement, the university said the committee made fundamental errors in interpreting bylaws and reached conclusions contrary to the evidence, and vowed to seek a fair result through the appeals process. The penalties arrive as Michigan prepares for the 2025 season, ranked number 14 in the AP poll, and set to open at home against New Mexico before a marquee early trip to Oklahoma on September 9th. The financial hit and recruiting restrictions are likely to have tangible effects in the short term. The longer-term fallout will depend on the outcome of Michigan's appeal and whether the NCAA's sanctions survive further review.